How many times have you contemplating started something? Whether it's you want to write a book, whether you want to start working out, whether you want to start and make content, whether you want to start getting a new job. What is stopping you? Because that's the biggest question. Like, what is really stopping you? If you say money, if you say time, realistically, can you really say it's money and time? Like, in some cases, yeah, it's money. But in the era that we live in, when literally you can Google free courses, you can Google how to ... Can you really say you're waiting for something? The difference between the people that make it and don't make it is the fact that they started and then they kept going. And it's so funny because I feel like that's a realization I came to one day randomly walking. I was thinking about how much weight I've lost so far, and also thinking about reaching 1,000 subscribers on my second YouTube channel, and I was just like, it's not hard, it's not impossible. It's just the fact that you give up before you even try. You give up before something even happens. That's actually the difference between the people that win and the people that, I guess, I don't want to say lose, but just don't see what they want to see in life. It's the fact that you kept going. It's the fact that you started, because honestly, I feel like that is the biggest thing. Everyone is scared to just start. Start not knowing, start with not enough money, start with the fact that you don't have all the resources, just starting. You feel like you need to have everything in a place before you start. But what if that's the very thing holding you back? It's so funny. I saw a quote that said, a pattern I've noticed in the people who make things happen is speed. They don't overthink, overplan, or wait for the perfect moment. They move. They go from idea to action in the time it takes most to write a first draft of their plan. While others are debating, researching, or hesitating, they're already learning, adjusting, and making progress. Success doesn't go to the person who had the best idea. It goes to the one who actually did something about it. Girl! When I saw that, I was just like, oh my God, that's exactly what I've been saying. If you haven't checked out the last video I talked about procrastination, go check that video out, because it really is just that. It's not about whether your idea is great. It's just about starting. It's the distance between the idea and action. That space in between, you have to shorten it so much. You have to just go, because sometimes you waiting on a right time, you waiting on the right resources, is the very thing that's holding you back. Why are you waiting for everything to be perfect? And the crazy thing is that the fact that everything is not perfect could be the way to success. It's one thing to have all the resources in front of you and you're able to do it, but it's another thing to not have anything at all and to watch the creativity that comes out because you have nothing at all. That's the one thing I feel like that makes Microsoft, made Apple, made Amazon, made Starbucks, made all these different things work, because they started at the bottom. They started with an idea. They didn't have everything together. Even YouTube, when YouTube first came out, they had maybe 4 views on a video and nobody was watching, and they were at some point deciding to quit, until one day they decided to just make videos with them in it, and then that's how it took off. And it's just like, sometimes having nothing is the exact thing you need to create something. You don't have to have it all together. You just need to start. You just need to start. And then sometimes you need to start again. Sometimes you need to restart. I started my YouTube channel in 2013, I believe. 2013, 2015. Do you know how many times I started over on my YouTube? Not just YouTube, but like Instagram, TikTok. I am the queen of starting over, and it took me a long time. I'm gonna be honest, it took me a long time to even want to start all over, because I was scared. I was like, oh my God, I put in work on this and I have this many people. I don't want to start all over. But was it working? Clearly it wasn't working, because if it was working, I wouldn't have to start all over. And I really learned a lot, to be honest, because sometimes we feel like when we start all over too, we wasted our time. But no, there are lessons within the situation that you went through that you now have to start over. There are lessons. You just have to look at it differently. You have to change your perspective. But if you're constantly feeling like you can't start all over because you want it to look a certain way, you're going to hold yourself back. You sitting up here holding on to what ifs the old plan that you had for yourself, oh, this is how I pictured my life and I thought it was gonna go like this. Let it go. That plan, that life vision no longer exists. You are in the new vision. This is what's going on. How are you going to change it now? How are you going to embrace it now? Because the thing is, it's uncomfortable, but you have to be able to embrace discomfort. At this point in time, at this point in life, if you have not achieved what you're trying to achieve, you have to embrace discomfort and just start. Okay, if you didn't start, you need to start. If you start and it's not going well and you feel like no one told you need to start all over. You feel it in your heart you need to start all over. You need to start all over. It's so important that you just start. Just start. Just start. Nothing is holding you back but start it. Yes, you may not have all the money. Yes, you may not have all the resources, but there's so many resources out there if you just take the time to research, if you just take the time to literally ask around. That's one thing I've come to learn and just embrace is asking questions. I don't care how annoying I am to whoever. I'm not going to get what I want if I literally am mute. I need to ask and keep asking until I see or get the answer that I want or get the things that I want. I need to just keep asking until I get it. That's just facts. But if you sit up here and continue to make excuses instead of starting, you're going to constantly live in the what if. What if I would have did this? What if I would have did that? Stop it. This is the time now. If you've been waiting for a sign, because that's another thing. Y'all be out here, oh, I need a sign, I need a sign. The sign is to start. You don't need no dang sign. If it's in your heart to already start and you've been thinking about it for a month, for 2 weeks, for a week, for a year, please just start it, okay? You could just start off with a step. One step. Just start with one step. You want a business. Okay, what's the business name? Do you have a business name? Okay, what are you selling? Is it a product? Is it a service? Okay, have you looked up how to register a business? Have you looked up LLCs? Have you looked up how to make a business plan? These are all steps you need to do before you even actually sell a product. So realistically, you can start right now. You want to write a book. What's the title of the book? Did you write the first draft? Did you write the first page? Did you write even the concept down? Again, you don't have to read how to write a book. You don't need to read a how to write article. You don't have to do all that. You can just start writing, because sometimes too, I'm not going to hold you. Too much research can hold you back too, because now you know too much and you're not leaning off of your creativity. Just start. Don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about it looking some type of way. Just start. And that actually leads me to my next point. Don't tell everybody what you're doing. Don't, okay? Just start whatever you're trying to start. If you're trying to make content, just post the content. And as you're posting, you're going to get better. You're going to see what works, what doesn't work, and don't limit yourself. This is across the board, not just content, but don't limit yourself with anything that you're doing, because I feel like that's what really holds you back. You feel like you need to do it a certain way. You feel like you need to do what other people are doing. Stop it. You can start off with ideas that you've seen, but it's so important for you to tap into who you are and what you're trying to express, what you're trying to voice, what you're trying to create, and go do that and do it over and over and over and over again until it hits, until something hits, until you're done and you're able to submit this book for publishing, or you're able to apply for that job, or you're able to get the brand deal. Whatever the case may be, you just have to keep going, but it does not work if you don't start. It does not happen if you don't start. It does not shake shizzle come to fruition if you don't start. So if you've been looking for a sign, I need you to stop looking for a sign. But if you have been looking for a sign, this is your sign to just start. Start. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't be scared to fail, okay? You're going to fail even in this process. All that is important, all that you need to do, all that you should focus on is starting, doing, keep going, and learn along the way. But none of this works if you do not start.